were dubbed as the next big thing and touted to be the first African-based UFC champion. Considering everything you've been through, also fight cancellations, opponents on the opponent's side, injuries, visa issues, family pain, do you feel you are now finally in a better position to actually prove to the world what a fully charged Don Madge is capable of?
Yeah, I think everything, like, it sounds so corny, but everything happens for a reason, and all these tests are just, they're just that they're a test of your fortitude, of what you're made of, to get you into the position that you need to be to do what you need to do, to unleash your potential. And I think all the trials and tribulations and all the bullshit that's gone on is like, it's just gotten me to a place where I needed to be mentally, physically, and just like, spiritually, like ready to be in this position that I'm in right now. And I feel like the stars have aligned, and I'm now ready to like unleash my full potential.
Awesome. Thanks, man. And then just prior to the Brennan Ward fight, Don, every MMA fight you were engaged in on the highest levels, they were actually at lightweight. Not a lot of the fans also know that you actually moved up to welterweight. Now, is this where you will be settling, and will there ever be a move back down to 155?
Oh man, the weight cuts to lightweight were like savage. Like, I've kind of spoken about it now that I've made the move up. But like, I used to do, I would do maybe 12, 13 kilos in the week. Like stupid amounts. That's like what, almost 40 pounds for some Americans. But yeah, man, the move up to welterweight was something that I've been like juggling with for a long time. Just never felt like I needed to do it, because I was still winning at lightweight, and especially for this season format, we fight so often that like doing those gigantic weight cuts just don't make any sense. And I feel incredible at welterweight. My body's carrying the weight well. I definitely don't feel undersized against any other guys. So this is definitely where I'm going to be staying.
Cool. And then just tell us, in terms of joining PFL now, your reassurance as a fighter, and in terms of your family stability. I know you got a young boy, Mateo, and another one on the way. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Just in terms of being part of this league, essentially, in my eyes, the perfect system and the future of fighting. Also, just your thoughts on being part of the Professional Fighters League. I mean, something in comparison to the EPL, the English Premier League. I mean, the system actually that gives fighters also that sort of stability also, and not just having to worry about talking trash on the mic, but it's also based on your performance also. Just tell us your thoughts on I mean, you've been in the UFC, and everybody knows a lot of fighters go there because they feel that they can be part of that 1%, but the reality is not everybody actually makes it to the Conor McGregor levels. But I mean, here's another brand that offers you so much more stability and actually judges you on your skill, your technique, something that you put a lot of emphasis on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've laid it out exactly right. I mean, if you're in the NBA, or if you're in the Premier League, you don't have to talk shit to get more money or get more like, fame or more fights, or more eyes on you or anything. Your performance will speak for you. And the same thing goes to knowing like when you're going to play. If you're in the NFL, it's not like they call you on 6 weeks and be like, hey, you gotta play this match in 6 weeks. It's when you're gonna fight. When you have to be prepared for. You can plan your life. You can plan your season. Like your potential for earning for that year, and it's you feel like a professional. If you want to call this a sport, then you got to treat the guys like sportsmen. And sportsmen, this is how it's supposed to be.
Cool. Thank you for that. And then just tell us, how does it feel to be fighting a fourth generation Gracie? I know you also you love your jiu-jitsu. Everybody knows high-level jiu-jitsu practitioner. I mean, is there something cool to Amanda you can be able to speak to Mateo about, and to your children also in the future, like you actually competed against Gracie?
Yeah, it's incredible. That's actually why I was happy with the matchup. In terms of just obviously stylistically, I think it makes a really good matchup for me. But also just the legacy parts of being, it's the family that started MMA basically, and so to be able to step in the cage with him and share that moment with each other, I think will be incredible. Like you say, one day I'll be able to say, I fought one of the original family members of this whole thing that we all do, you know, and
Yeah.
especially beating them would be even better.
Sweet. And then just tell us, Don, I'm not sure if your family's with you, but if they stayed over here by us in Cape Town, what were your last words to Mateo before you left? I mean, is there something that you always do with him before you go? Like, Daddy will see you soon, something like that? What's just your last words to Mateo?
Yeah, so he doesn't quite understand like the whole flying for my job thing. So he knows what airplanes are. So and he knows what like training. We call it like dush dush. So I always tell him, Daddy's gonna go in the airplane to go dush dush, and I'll see you soon.
Awesome stuff. Don from South Africa, Cape Town, all the best, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Mike.
Don, you kind of just touched on it already, but can you talk about the confidence that PFL has shown in you, sticking by you, the loyalty they've shown you? You talk about, you know, the athletes, the fighters themselves have to be professional in a place like this, but it's always nice when the company is also professional in their treatment towards you, correct?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, PFL has been incredible. You know, they, like you said, they've stuck by me even like through injuries and pulling out of seasons and stuff like that. You know, it's really been like great to work with them, and I finally feel like that's kind of like what I was saying before, is that, you know, I feel like this is how a professional sportsman or a professional athlete is treated. You know, we get treated like professionals, you know, so we know what our schedule is. It's not like, okay, you've lost one fight, now you cut, you get out of the organization like, you know, like a piece of shit, like excuse my French, but it's you know, it's really, really awesome. I'm so grateful to be a part of the PFL, man. It's an incredible organization, and I love working with them.
You talk about the weight cut when you have to fight so many times, and now you're doing it in the healthiest way possible. What's your message to not just yourself, but like to other fighters who may consider wanting to join the PFL, like as get your body right and your mind, because it's on the banner right behind you, the toughest test in MMA. It is really the toughest test.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like it's if you're planning on fighting once, twice a year, okay, yeah, you can make gigantic weight cuts and you know, kill yourself to make that weight and then blow up like a balloon and then get back in shape, and you can do all that. That's fine. But if you want to be consistent and you want to fight regularly, like in a season, and you want to, you know, act like a professional, which I think all of us should do. You know, if you want to call yourself a professional, you should treat yourself like a professional, and you should never really be getting fat and out of shape and blowing yourself up too big. You know, then this is the way to do it. You know, I think a lot of fighters could possibly jump up a division, and a lot of fighters do, and they do a lot better, and it's because of that. You know, feeling healthy, being able to like feel your training camps and feel your fight weeks, and not walk around like a skeleton, a zombie all day. Yeah, man, it's made a huge difference to me, and even just like my enjoyment of fight week. You know, usually I fucking hate it, but you know, I've been enjoying it a lot now, so I'm really happy with the decision I made.
Well, I'm glad you don't hate fight week anymore. It's a lot more fun for all of us involved. Last one for me. You know, your story is well documented. There's a few fighters in here who have fought as much adversity outside of the cage in their personal life as they have inside of the cage. Knowing how loyal the promotion has been to you and vice versa, what would it mean to go in, clinch the top seed, win it all, and know that not only are you getting a world title and $1 million, but you're showing the world, you know, that you fight for a greater purpose?
I think that's exactly why I'm here right now. I think like my stars are aligning, and I think like all of that stuff has been exactly to bring me to this moment, and I can feel it. I can feel the energy in the air. I can feel the way that my training camps have been. You know, they've all been great. No injuries, no problems, no mess ups. You know, I think like all of that adversity has led me to this position, and I think, you know, I think this is my year.
Can't wait to see you back in there. Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
Mills.
What's going on, Don? It's MMA Locker Room, part of Pub Sports Radio. How you feeling?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, good. It seems like when this tournament started, some people were saying you were the dark horse to win it. Now it seems like, you know, everybody's saying you're the favorite to win it. Have your mentality changed or anything in your confidence since then to now?
No, man, I always go into every single fight with like an underdog mentality. I always prepare like an underdog. I always make sure that I have all my bases covered. You know, I don't like to ever consider myself as a favorite or anything like that. I like to think, you know, I'm going in there, I'm fighting a dog, and I got to bring the dog out in me. And so, yeah, I mean, I always try to keep that humble, that underdog mentality.
Got it. And then looking at your finishes, I mean, well diverse. 5 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission, 1 by decision. I mean, is this one gonna, go out on the feet, or is this one gonna go out on the mat? Just imagine if you were able to tap out a guy like Gracie. That got to be a level up on a belt, right?
I mean, look. It would be an absolute incredible achievement to be able to get a submission on a Gracie. But you know, I'm gonna take my time, see where the fight takes me, and you know, whatever finish comes my way, I will take it. And if you look, like you said, my record, you know, when I get an opportunity to finish somebody, I always do. And I'll be looking for that finish the entire match. So that's definitely something that people can expect. They can expect me to try and finish him any way possible.
Got it. And I mean, some people might recognize, you know, the South Africa MMA scene now because of Driscus Duplessis and Cameron Simon. But I actually remember it back in 2018 when you made your UFC debut from then. And I think a lot of people just hasn't seen you fight enough, you know, to get acquainted to your style. So for the people out there that doesn't really see you fight enough, what can they expect this weekend? How would you describe your style?
You know, you can expect, like I was saying now, you know, I'm always looking for a finish. I'm always coming forward. I'm always trying to get the job done as quickly as possible. You know, my style is, you know, I feel like I'm adaptive. So like you say, you know, I've got submissions, I've got knockouts, I've got 1 decision. You know, if I see that I have an advantage in a certain area, I'll put all my effort into going for a finish in that area. So as soon as I see the opportunity, I'll adapt and I will take the opportunity.
And then last one for me. Anybody coming up from your camp that we need to be looking out for from Fight Fit Militia that should be on the rise?
We got a lot of young prospects that are coming out. We've got Timna, who's he's just made I think he's had two professional fights, and he's coming up in one of the local organizations. He's doing really, really well. We've got Chad Honeycomb, who is in a different organization right now, and he's you know, he's on the professional scene. He's been around for a while. So we got a couple guys that are coming through, and we you know, we stick to the program, we stick to the systems, and we follow what coach says.
All right, good luck. Can't wait to see you put on a show this week.
Thank you.
All right, Don, thanks so much for your time today. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, watch that. Don't step on that. All right. Yeah, exactly.